It's 7 o'clock, so I'm gonna get this out the way real quick. Um, I'm doing a video vlog of my visions and dreams. I had another one. Um, this one was pretty vivid. I was in a facility, but it wasn't really a facility. It was more like a store. At first, it was more like a store, and I was with somebody. I was walking with this guy. He was walking. And we walked to where his friends were. And it was like a group of friends in there. First it was a store, and it turned into a store to like a resort kind of situation. It was really weird. It was went from a store to like a resort. Like a couple's retreat or something. But it was more like a store at first. But anyway, I'll go to the store situation first. We was going in there looking at different things, and I was looking at stuff on a counter or on a shelf and asking him questions about everything. And the thing was, we went walking on down the store, and that's how the store turned into a resort. Thank you, Lord. The store turned into like a resort, like a couple's resort. It was weird. And the thing was that it was some other people there, but they were all like friends with the guy I was walking with, that I was talking to. They were like his friends, they knew him. They didn't know me. I was the new girl. So I'm sitting around here saying hi to everybody, but I guess they didn't realize that me and him were dating or talking to each other, getting to know each other basically. And I didn't realize me and him were getting to know each other till it's just like I had that unction. I had that knowing that this guy was my person. Whoever he was, I knew he was my person. And he had some family members in the midst of this whole situation. And the girls, I guess the girls was like his cousins or his family or something. They had me rolling. They had me laughing so hard. It was so funny talking to them. And it was a situation where this is where it turned into like a couple's exercise or practice or something, because the girls, two of them was his cousins. Two of the girls and one of the guys was the guy I was walking beside's cousins or family members or something. And they were locking people in this room unbeknownst to the people. And it's like they would be in that room for so long, and then they let them out. But they had to go into the room if they got locked in a room together. Well, I didn't know that, and I didn't understand that. The thing was, it was something with the letter R. One of the girls, I guess she was a tattoo artist, and I looked on my arm, and I recently got a tattoo. I don't know what kind of tattoo was it, but I knew it had an R on it. Something about an R. The letter R was on my arm. And it had an R and a eyeball or something. I don't know what it was, an eyeball or something. I don't know, y'all. It was a weird looking tattoo. I know it had the letter R in there, okay? So I sat back here, and she was like, his sister or his cousin, she was like, we can take that tattoo, remove that tattoo, because she was like, I can do a better tattoo than that. Because I was like, I just got it, I was like, I just got this tattoo, I don't really want to get under the needle again and get another one. She's like, no, my tattoos are much better than that, girl. You could have came to me and I could have hooked you up. And she was just like, my tattoos are much better than that mess you got on there. And that's when I knew they were cousins. That was when I knew they were cousins or brother, or she was his sister or something. Because she came and talked to him, and she said, man, family. She said family. She didn't say brother or something. She said, man, family, why did you do that to her? Like, I could have get her, I could have hooked her up better than that. And I don't remember the guy's voice, but he was like, I was like, man, you said she all right? What she got? Like, we wanted to go ahead and get this done. He was like explaining to her how we were just trying to get the tattoo done, solidify the relationship or something about solidifying something, some kind of something, solidifying something. And he was like, we're just trying to hurry up and get it done. As long as it's done, that's all that matters. And she was like, yeah, but she was looking at me on the sidelines, whispering like, psst, you want to get that tattoo off there? I could put a better one on there. We could do that tomorrow. And I'm like, I just got this tattoo. I am not going back under nobody's needles to get another one. And she was just like, just think about it. Just think about it. Just think about it. And so I left it alone. And that's when the guy I was walking with, he walked to talk to some other guys or whatever. Well, this is when I went in and I just looked in the room. I looked in the room where they were doing this, but I didn't know that the door I went in was the couples therapy room or some kind of couple therapy room or something. When I went in there, the guy I was walking with followed me in there, and then it was two other guys that followed me in there. And I was like, then the girls, they shut the door behind us. And I was me and three guys in there. And I'm looking like, no. I was like, this was not the room where they were doing this. This is not the same room. I said, no. I said, no, this is not the same room. It's the other room. It wasn't this room. And out of nowhere, the guy I was walking beside, he was like, oh, I can get us out of this. Hold on. He went into his pocket and pulled out a set of keys. And he was looking around at the different keys in his hand. And he went over to the wall. He said, follow me. And I followed him over to the wall. He put like the key in the wall or into a lock or something, like a lock and key. He had the key to get out. And me and him, we got out the room together. But it wasn't in the same way we went in. The other two guys was trying to get out the room by the same way we went in. And they were getting frustrated. But the guy I was seeing, he just took some keys out of his pocket, put the key in the wall, and me and him walked out a whole totally different way. Like me and him just walked out a totally different way. It was down the hallway from where we walked in to get caught up in the room. And we walking back down the hallway where his cousins and stuff was. They looked like, oh man, we knew it. We knew they wasn't going to get trapped in there. She with him. She was like, man, she would one of the guys was like, man, she with cousin. She ain't going to get trapped in nowhere. And they was like, oh, his Houdini ass, he can get out of anything. He can do this, that. They kept on talking about how he can get out of anything, whatever. And like, man, she wasn't going to get shot. He was like something like you stay connected to him. They was talking to me like, girl, you stay connected to him. You ain't gonna never get trapped in nothing. He's Houdini. He can get himself out anywhere. Then they start talking about when the guy was seeing when he was small, how he could get himself out of any sticky situation or any this, any that. They called him Little Houdini or something. They didn't know how he was getting himself out of it. They still couldn't figure it out. This day, they was like, all this time, all these years, we still don't know how you do that. And it was some older family members or cousins or whatever, they knew that we were in that situation or whatever. And they were older, much older, like in their 70s or 60s, maybe even late 50s. They were looking and they were like, you got the right one if you want to stay in a clean or something kind of situation, some kind of clean something. Like you got the right one because he's going to make sure that you know you guys are good. And I was like, well, thank you, sir. I said, I'm thankful I'm talking to him. And we left there. And this is when I said it was a couples therapy treat retreat or resort or something because of the fact we walked outside. It was like a beautiful tapestry. It was like gorgeous. I was like, this is so beautiful. And he was like, yeah, the guy was like, yeah, it is. You know, it's really nice. And I was just there observing the scenery, the atmosphere was really peaceful. And then after that, I don't know, me and him start walking down the, not down the road, it was like down some stairs or something, or down a walkway or something. Me and him was walking. It's like wherever we went, we was both like, I ain't gonna say hand in hand, but we were like walking together like two by two. And we walked down the corridor or something to look at the atmosphere of the flowers and the just the different things in the resort. Me and him was like walking together. And then I woke up and I was like, that was a nice dream. It was no more craziness, nobody trying to say nothing stupid. I'm not fighting nobody. It's no demons. I'm not sitting around here talking to Abba about things that people don't want to do. It was like I was covered, I was protected, and I was good. So I was thankful for that. In this dream, I can basically tell anyone who's listening, if you have a dream like this and God put you with a partner, regardless in the spiritual or in the physical, you're with this person, listen to that partner, you know? That was one thing, a sticky situation. Oh, with the other two guys that followed us in, I got to talk about that real quick. Thank you, Lord, because the Lord just said talk about the other two guys. The other two guys that followed us in, they were suitors. I want to say they were suitors to me or something because they were trying to talk to me. They were trying to flirt with me. They were trying to get my attention. And I wasn't paying them any mind. I was like, no, I'm okay. You know, it was like, no, I made my decision. It's like I told one of them, he was so persistent. I was telling this guy, I was like, I made my decision, you know, just stop. And he was like, I don't think you made a good decision. And they were trying to question my ethics, morals. You know, I should be out there looking a little bit more. They were telling me I need to look a little bit more. I need to, you know, not jump the gun so quickly. It was a lot that was said. Okay, Lord, I talked about that. Basically, this is it. The other two guys was in there to talk me out of being with my partner. The guy I was walking beside, the guy I was walking with. And I was like, no, I've already made my decision. I'm sticking here, you know, and I'm not changing. I'm not turning around for nobody. And the other guys was like, are you sure? Are you this? Are you that? I'm like, yeah, I'm not changing. You know, I'm going to stick where I am. And so that's when, like I said, we went to the room and the door was closed and they were trying to figure out a way out. And that's when the guy was walking behind, pulled out some keys, and we got out the room together. And the other two guys was left in there. Now, the thing was, it was two other girls that came in that they trapped in the room with the guys, okay? After me and the other guy that I was walking beside got out and everything, called him Houdini and everything, it was two other women that came in, came into couples therapy. And the cousins, you know, trapped those girls in there too with the other two guys that were trying to talk to me. And that's when the guy that I was walking beside was like, see, it all works out. It's all right. Because I ain't gonna lie, I felt bad about the other guys. I felt, kind of, you know, I felt a little bad because I didn't really, I don't know, I can't say I didn't really give them a chance. I did. It was just like I just told them no, I was stuck on my answer, of who I was walking beside. And like I said, two other women came in, walked in that same room with the other two guys that were trying to talk to me about my decision. And they got trapped in the room with those two people. And that's when me and the guy I was walking beside, we walked out and looked at the beautiful environment that we were in, like the roads, like the roses with the flowers, and the scenery was very, very pretty. And that's why I called it a resort, because we walked into a store, and the store turned into like a hospital, like a couple's hospital, some kind of hospital. And then the hospital turned into like a resort. It was kind of like a one, two, three kind of layered levels. It was like levels to it. Now I'm hearing that song, Shifting the Atmosphere. Um, I don't know, you guys, this song is really playing in my soul right now, Shifting the Atmosphere. If y'all can look it up, it's called Shifting the Atmosphere. It's a really soothing song. It came out like a few years back, but it's called Shifting the Atmosphere, like God is shifting the atmosphere. Y'all go listen to that song. Good morning, if you guys are listening to me. Good morning. Basically, this dream was like for women. I'm gonna talk to you guys from a women's standpoint, then I'm gonna talk to you from a woman's standpoint, not women. From a woman's standpoint, then I'm gonna talk to you just from a regular couple, a part of a couple standpoint. Okay. The symbolism in this dream was very, very, very real. Okay. The thing was, me and my partner meeting at a store or walking into a store together. This is the thing. I think I walked into the store by myself, and then I walked out of the store into the hospital area with my partner. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't like I walked into the store with him. I walked into the store by myself. Came out of the situation into a hospital area walking beside him and with a tattoo. The symbolism of that, I'm not sure, but I could say from a woman's standpoint, all because you don't know or have that significant other or that angel of God beside you. Lulu, stop. Stop. And then my dog wants to start. Stop, Lucille. Seriously? Stop. Anyway, like I said, I live in a place with more than just me and my family, unfortunately. So she probably hear them walking around. But anyway, the thing is that all because you're walking in an area where you think it's just yourself, the angels of God are right there with you. Okay? And usually it's going to be a guardian angel that's going to be right there with you the whole time. Shut up, Lucille, now. Shut it up. Sorry about that. Anyway, your angels, your guardian angels are walking with you the whole time. And then I can take it to the second level of the dream of just when you think you know, you're single or you're by yourself, you look up and you got a partner with you. So it's like an overnight kind of situation. It can happen overnight. Because one thing about it with the attitude or how can I say it, or the situation when we walked around my partner's people, family, and friends. The tattoo I got, we were just trying to hurry up and get it done. It was it wasn't like we were trying to rush, but it was just like that's just how it happened. It was just like that's how it fell through like that. So God is I'm putting this as the Lord is putting couples together quickly. Very, very sincerely, very quickly. He's rushing and putting two and two together, and you guys may be going to couples therapy afterwards, but he's putting two and two together very quickly. So you may be single, going to the store single, coming out. I don't want to say married. You could be married. I don't know. But you will be partnered with someone quickly, or you could say swiftly if you like. But you will be partnered with somebody very, very quickly. God is putting two and two together very quickly, as I said. And you'll be going into couples therapy to basically work out the kinks in the relationship. To you guys, when you get this person, whoever your partner is, you all will be walking hand by hand, side by side, two by two, out the rest of this life together. But God is doing this pretty quickly, and I took it as the family doing couples therapy and playing and everything of how the family members kind of like it was just like a natural fitting together. It was just like it naturally fit. It was like a natural kind of feeling. It all like coincide together. It wasn't like a push and pull. It was like we all got along. Of course, I was very observant about everybody I was around, and looking around at everything. But the thing was, I was more relaxed, playing and talking and laughing and joking with everybody. So it was kind of like a natural fit of me being there. It wasn't like a forced or a fake situation. It's more like, so basically God is going to put you with somebody where everything about you and everything about him or her, if you're a man listening into this, is going to fit. It's not going to be forced. It's not going to be fake or phony. It's going to be like you've been the missing piece. You've been the missing link the whole time. And as you and this partner get together quickly, I keep seeing the word swiftly in my head. It's gonna be like a welcome home kind. Thank you, Lord. It's gonna be like a welcome home kind of situation. Okay. Now, going from that part of the dream to the part where we were all set into the exercise, I can call it like a couples exercise or something. You will get tested. If you're a man, you're going to get tested by other women. If you're a woman, you're going to get tested by other men. Everybody's going to question your decisions because of the fact this is going to be happening very quickly, okay? Swiftly, quickly. It's not going to be like a very long engagement, a very long, relationship, a very long situation. Because of the fact it's been so much witchcraft and black magic and people biting and going against the grain and keeping couples apart that God wants together, the Lord is going to put people together very, 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 very quickly. And there are going to be other men and or women to testify against your relationship. They're going to make you question your judgment. They're going to make you question God and what he has done for you and your partner. But the thing is for you to stand your ground. Stand on the morals and standards that God has given you and stand with your partner no matter what. Now, did my partner say anything to the other guys? No. That was my job to shut them down, and I did. And after that, I did not be rude with it. I wasn't upset. I understood the men's, perspective and the situation at hand, but I was stuck on the person I was walking with. And respectably, I told them no, thank you. I will stay where I am. And I am, stuck with my partner. My partner is stuck with me. As I passed that exercise, I was able to get with my partner and we were able to get out of that room. Now, those other guys, they stayed in that room trying to figure their way out. I followed my partner. Like I said, he had keys. I followed my partner out of the room, and two other women came into that room and partnered up with the guys who was questioning me about me being with my partner. Now, basically, it was like God was telling me everything will work out for everyone, but you're going to be tested no matter who or what you are in this life. Your job is to stay clear and stay firm on the decisions that God has made and put you with, and don't let nobody turn you around. As you do that and you follow your partner or your partner follows you, if you're a man, as your partner follows you and you shut down other invitations, I can say, um, you all will get a way out and things will come together for you. But respectably, be very respectful and be very cautious and cognizant about your your um your wording and your environment and how you do things. You will be okay in the end, because like I said, after we laughed and joked with his family a little bit, me and him walked out into a beautiful tapestry of flowers and beautiful scenery, and me and him were just talking about the beautifulness and the wonderfulness of God and the Lord, and you know the environment and the atmosphere was very, very, very beautiful, and the flowers were very, very gorgeous. The lilies were amazing, and we kept walking down the corridor looking at the environment together. Okay. um, Not saying I can say that probably you walked into your happily ever after with your partner. But the thing is, whoever your partner may be, because am I in this situation in real life? No. Y'all know I'm not. But in the same fashion of this, talking future sense, hopefully this was a vision that is showing me to tell people that if you're single, you're not going to be single very much longer. And if you're coupled with somebody, this was probably something to tell you um, how to handle a situation when you're questioned by outside forces or outside people about your relationship. Because everything will happen very, 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 very quickly. Because, like I said, I don't remember the tattoo. I just know it had the letter R on it. Okay. And I um and his other family members were trying to get me to remove the tattoo and put another tattoo on there. um and I was like, no, because I just got this tattoo and I'm not removing this tattoo just to go into more pain. It's like they're trying to get me to spend more money with them instead of spending the money I spent already. And that's when my partner came in and said, hey, we're just trying to hurry up and get it done. um Count on your partner to come through and help you in tough times and tough situations. Count on your partner to be there for you. Count on your partner to walk hand in hand with you, side by side with you. That is the best way I can say that. And let him lead, ladies. I know it's hard for a lot of us because we've been independent our whole life. handling business our whole life, doing everything our whole life. We was meant, like I said before my previous broadcast, women like us was raised to be man and woman for ourselves. Very independent. We were raised to be that way because we were taught in our life, don't depend on anybody for nothing, you get it done yourself. God, I feel in my soul, is breaking that curse because that was a curse given to a lot of black women. I'm not going to say all black women, but I'm going to say a lot of us was trained to be that way because I want to say that it was either a government mind trick or it was just a family curse of women that was not able to really get the kind of results out of their men that they wanted. Maybe they married wrong. Maybe they, you know, chose wrong. And so they had to keep doing things themselves, even though they had a, excuse me, even though they had a man in the house, some women still had to do everything themselves because the man, was just, you just had a man there. Basically just a baby maker because Papa was a rolling stone. But guess what? That was because those women were the women who chose differently. They chose wrong. They chose a man for whatever reason, but not for love, not for respect, not for loyalty, not for family lineages to really come in and be happy with each other, not for friendship. They just chose a man for whatever reason. It could have been because the sex was good. It could have been because he looked good. It could have been because the man's family had money. It could have been because he had a good job. Whatever the situation or the reasoning for your mother, grandmother, great grandmother, whoever, aunties, uncles, whoever, whatever, they chose their people. And they were the ones who basically influenced us in that mindset to do everything yourself and don't count on a man for nothing. It was also the environment in an era where women were more like ladies first. It was really women getting into their masculinity and really stating, hey, anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. Remember that song? They used to play that song all the time. And that was a girl challenging a boy or a woman challenging a man on anything they do, we can do too. Now, I get it. I understand. I used to play that song and I used to bow and I used to challenge the guys around me. And I ain't gonna lie, a lot of times when it came down to wit and smarts, I outsmarted them every single time. When it came down to wits, I outwitted them every single time. When it came down to charm, I could outcharm them. I could outcharm anybody if I wanted to every single time. Because of the situations I was put in with grown men, I knew how to charm grown men. There was nothing to it because I had a lot of practice, unfortunately. Like I said, a lot of situations I had to grow up very quickly. But the thing is, was it right? No, it wasn't right in the sense of um, challenging the opposite sex for who is better when everybody basically are here together on an even equal playing field to get along and be with each other in harmony and love and harmony and peace and balance. Now the the um the atmosphere or the characteristics or the strong points or the strong suits that I have, uh, those are my strong points. Those are my strong suits. Those are the characteristics and the character traits that I have. And it should complement the man or if you're a man, the woman, or the opposite sex, no matter who it is, or the opposite partner. Thank you, Lord. The opposite partner that you with, you should complement each other, not challenge each other, not not go against each other on who is better. It should not be a fight or a battle. It should be more like a flow. It should be more like a swift wind. It should be more like a loving flow. It should be more like a peace, like a peaceful ride or a peaceful walk in the park. It should not be who's better than who got more money than who's done this more than who. Cause I ain't gonna lie, if I get somebody like that, I'm walking away. I'm like, listen, you not it, man. I gotta go. Cause my partner gonna be the kind of man who wants the peace. He wants the peace, the peace of God that surpasses all understanding. That's what I'm going to. That's why I put on my Facebook page and I think I put on my YouTube page a skit where a woman was saying, you're no longer, battling for another man to be in her life. You're going against her peace. And if that peace, you got to show her that your noise that you're saying is worth her paying attention to more than her peace because she has deserved and she has fought for her peace. And I have, I'm not going to lie, I have fought the good fight of faith and a good fight of life to get my peace that surpasses all understanding from God, not tampered with. And my thing was, my partner got to be the same way. You got to have that flow. Whoever my partner is, he's got to have that flow because if you're talking a lot of noise, it better be worth it. Because if I see it's nothing if it's gonna be something that's gonna disturb the peace that God has given me, I'm going to walk away every single time. Because to have peace in your life in the midst of all this turmoil and craziness and just concentrations being abruptly halted and done all kinds of ways because people want to try to make all that noise, you better realize that when you get your partner, they're going to complement your peace that surpasses all understanding. Your partner is going to complement you and how and what you stand for. As a woman, you are going to complement your man and how he does things. It's not going to be a back and forth pull and push. If anything, it's going to be a flow. It's just going to be a pure flow with it. No kind of craziness, no kind of backbiting and silliness. It's just going to be a flow to it. And yeah, that's basically what I got out the dream was that you guys were going to be getting hooked up pretty quickly, swiftly, hurriedly. Um, God is going to start putting his two and two together, and he's going to work out the kinks. Don't be surprised if people still try you from your decisions. The main thing is to follow your partner and honor the relationship that God has put you in. Do not disrespect your partner, no matter if you're a man, with a woman or a woman with a man. Everybody has a past. The fact is what it is. It's PAST. It is past tense. You don't go back and look in the past. That's one thing about the dream I can say. We didn't look behind ourselves. We kept going forward. You know, no matter how we got out of situations together, no matter what we did together, we kept moving forward. We didn't look back. That's one thing I can say about me and this partner of mine. We kept moving forward. We did not go back to our past. We did not go back to our previous lives. We just kept moving forward together. We didn't worry about the past. We just kept going forward. So as you get into these relationships with these men or these women, please move forward. No matter what their past was, it is PAST. You were not there. Okay? That's another thing. Let me rephrase that for the people in the back so they can hear this. For the PAST of your partner, you was not there. So leave it where it is in the past. Do not bring it to the present, and you damn sure better not bring it into the future. Let your flow without the weights of the past. It is not your present, and it's damn sure not your future. And if you want to go into that beautiful tapestry of flowers and scenery and environment and peace, let that let that bullshit stay in the past. If you can, don't even bring it up. If you can. I ain't gonna lie. Some people have done so much in their past, they past, that you're gonna have to talk about it at least once. Y'all gonna have to sit down and get a full understanding, because when you guys get that full understanding, you know what you'll be going up against if you get people from family members, friends, ex-friends, people from the past coming back trying to talk shit. You got to know what you're getting yourself into, but you got to realize something. This is the partner that God put you with. Do not question the Lord on what he's done. Be grateful and thankful for whoever the Lord put you with, and realize everybody has a past. It's not your present. It's damn sure not your future. The future is unknown. You just got to keep walking it out with your partner. The main thing is for you to do that. And just know people are going to come in and question you. Some people are going to want you to revoke what you've done. If like the tattoo is like a permanent tattoo, right? Some people wanted me to take the tattoo off and redo the tattoo with them and all this. Listen, you're going to have so many people trying to break you up. It is what it is. That's the kind of environment we have. People are going to test you. They're going to test him. They're going to test, men. They're going to test your woman. If they're testing you, they're going to test her. The thing is that you stand on the grounds that God has given you. Know that this is where we're going and this is what we're going to do. And you stand on those principles through life, no matter who says what. And don't let nobody talk you out of redoing your tattoos or redoing your whatever. Don't let people talk you out of whatever God has given you. Don't let them talk you out of your spot. I don't care if they say, "Hey, I can redo it better than him. I can redo it better than this person. I can do this better." No, they cannot. Okay? Because the situation is still the same situation. You got the tattoo, you made the commitment. Stand on your principles of your commitment and stay with your partner. Everybody's going to question and try. The fact is, rest in what God has given you and stand on the commitments of the Father. Okay? He knows what he's doing, regardless of the situation or the person. I got a lot out of this vision and dream. I got on here because first, like I said, I first like 5, 6 o'clock this morning, well 6:30 this morning. I was like, well, this is more personal than anything. But as I laid here, the Lord kept on telling me about the nuggets that were in there that needs to be talked about for people to understand what He's doing in this time right now. It's like what He's doing is very quickly. It's going to be very swiftly, very quickly. It's going to be very fast. And it's going to be a lot of people. It's going to make a lot of people's heads swim. It's going to make a lot of people question your morals and standards and values. It's going to make you. It's going to make people question. It's going to make people question a lot of things. Okay, because it's going to happen so quickly. But regardless of what people think or however people think, the fact of the matter is that this is what God has set up for you. He's putting His people together very swiftly, very quickly, and you have to be able to deal with the situation at hand. It is a reason behind it, and follow your partner. Let it flow. Be like that Tony Braxton. Yeah, be like that old school Tony Braxton song. Just let go and let it flow. I know that's not the whole, gist of the that song was more like, let go of your past, let go of the hurt and pain, and just let go and let it flow. But the same difference of the situation, let your past go. Let go of all the hurt and pain that happened in the past and let God flow. Because, like I said, I walked into that store by myself, but then I walked over to a hospital, couples therapy hospital situation or hallway or whatever with my partner. And we already had tattoos and everything. And I ain't gonna lie, I don't have any tattoos on my body. I don't do tattoos. They're pretty, they're beautiful. Me being an art teacher, I think they're beautiful. But me having one, I don't have any. I have beauty marks, but that's by God. That was given to me by the Creator before I got on this earth. It was already, predestined for me to have those marks on me. But like an actual colorful tattoo, no, I don't have any. So this one was my first and probably last one. And yeah, but moving forward, I want to get on here and help out the next generation or the next group of people that may be going through or is about to go through these situations. God is saying, stay with Him and stay with your partner that He has put you with. You will get through your life very quickly, very swiftly, and you will flow. It will flow. It will be smooth. God just said it will be smooth like water. Just let it. It's like a song. I think it's by P.J. Morton. It's called, and Stevie Wonder is called "Just Like Water." Let it flow. I remember that song by a few years ago. It's called "Just Like Water." Let it flow. Yeah, just let it flow. Don't push it. Don't do that. Just let it flow. You flow with life now. Flow with God now. We've been through a lot, a whole lot, a lot of craziness, and I think everything is starting to wind down and dwindle down now. And God is starting to put his people together to move forward on the earth. I don't know what happened in the past 48 hours or 72 hours from when I was in my truck crying, what the Lord showed me, but it must have been a huge, major breakthrough that happened somewhere. I don't know where it happened, but it happened somewhere for this vision to come up and for me to be um, seeing these visions in this position. You know, God must have made a leeway, or something must have happened, or some situation may have come about that stopped everybody abruptly, or He made a huge dent in the horrific situations we've been in. It must be something changing in the atmosphere because it has changed in the spiritual. In the spiritual realm, things have changed, so that means it's going to change in the physical. But the thing is that in the spiritual realm, the atmosphere was different. It was more peaceful, it was more therapeutic, it was more so like the doctors of heaven was on call. It's like the doctors of heaven was on call. The nurses in heaven was on like ready mode for the people of God. It was more so like whatever you need, I got you. Kind of like everybody's helping out the couples of God. It was more like everybody was on standby of whatever you need, I got you. Like stitching up the bandages, stitching up the wounds, stitching up the atmosphere of turmoil. And it's like the battle was over, y'all. That's why I said when we walked outside into that atmosphere, it was so beautiful. It was like no more war, no more demons out there, my angels and my ancestors going into battle mode. It was a beautiful, beautiful sunny day. The flowers was gorgeous, y'all. Oh my goodness, the flowers were gorgeous on in this dream. And it was like it was finally peaceful. It was finally peaceful. It was finally like I could walk outside without seeing a war coming or demons coming or people coming trying to tear down something and trying to come in and do this and do that. It was actually peaceful. It was the sun was out. It wasn't any, storm clouds coming, any tornadoes. It was beautiful. It was peaceful. It was lovely. It was a lovely day. Like by Bill Withers, that song "A Lovely Day." It was a beautiful, lovely day in that dream. At the end, and me and him was just walking in the atmosphere. It was just peacefulness. Finally, you know. So it's coming, you guys. I know we may still be in the residue of war. Some of us may still be in the residue of, figuring out the next steps of our life. Like me, if you're there, I know I'm there. But God gave me this vision and dream to encourage you, encourage us that a lovely day is coming, a beautiful day is coming, a peaceful day is coming. Your partners are coming. That therapy, that holiness, that therapeutic situation that you need God to work out, that healing you need, those bandages from those wounds that you've been getting hit with, and all of this coming. God was saying, I'm about to heal you. I'm about to heal you. I'm about to heal your heart. And it was, like I said, very therapeutic. And then to walk into a beautiful, lovely day was even better. Now, does this dream means that all of us gonna have partners or getting married and all this other stuff? No, I don't know. I can't say yes or no to that. I say no because sometimes it's metaphorically speaking, and then sometimes it's matter factual speaking. I don't know the situation at hand on wherever you and God and where you and Abba is. I don't know where you and Abba are on your all's journey together. I don't know. But I do know that regardless of the situation, you have friends around you, you have family around you, you have your guardian angels around you, and you have your protector, your spiritual partner with you. Okay? Does this mean I'm going to be getting married soon? No, I'm not seeing nobody. But yeah, just somebody just said you just walked in that store single and you came out with somebody. You're right. God can change everything around swiftly, quickly, without delay kind of situation. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the future holds. I'm just telling you the dream and vision I had. And hopefully, this will give you guys the encouragement if you're going through this life cycle of heartache and pain and backbiting and gang stalking and people stealing from you and theft and all this crazy, crazy, craziness on this earth. I'm hoping that this dream and vision I'm giving you will give you some encouragement. And I keep hearing the same song, Shifting the Atmosphere. So I'm asking you guys to go ahead and listen to that song and keep it on repeat if you can. And just know that God is shifting the atmosphere. The dream I just had was a huge shifting. Oh, before I walked into the store, before the dream started, I ain't gonna lie to you. The sky was cloudy. Cause I walked when I walked before I walked into the store by myself, the sky was cloudy, y'all. It wasn't raining, but it was a cloudy day. And it's like I walked into like a Target or something, you know, or a Walmart or something. I walked in. and it was a cloudy day. And then the Walmart or the Target turned into like a couples hospital therapy retreat kind of situation. And then from there, um, I noticed the tattoo that I have with the person I was walking with, whoever he was. I was walking next to him. And, we went through our trials and tribulations of people questioning everything we did, the motives and everything. Everything was questioned. But we still stood on the grounds where we were and who we was with and what we were doing. Okay? And then after that, we walked into the lovely day, the beautiful tapestries of flowers and blooming, and the beautiful sunshine outside, and the gorgeous atmosphere, and the landscaping of everything was so beautiful. Wherever we was, it was beautiful. And but the thing is, we walked hand in hand, side by side. If we wasn't hand by if we wasn't hand in hand, at least we were side by side. We didn't leave each other's sides. We stayed walking together, two by two, and that to me, you know, that to me made a world of difference. It was a beautiful, lovely day at the end of it. So, like I said, you may not be having the best relationships or the best situationships or the best, life right now, but hopefully this dream will give you an inkling of what God is about to do in a lot of our lives, if not all of our lives, and how He's shifting the atmosphere. He's shifting the atmosphere, okay? Go listen to that song. It's not by Byron Cage. It's by I can't. I'm seeing the cover. The gentleman has on a cardigan, like a gray cardigan. He is brown skin, bald head. He's looking downward. I think he has on some khakis. And it's called Shifting the Atmosphere. Y'all look for that album. Listen to that song, Shifting the Atmosphere. It is beautiful. It's not, your normal gospel worship song, but it is a beautiful song. And I feel like that's where we are right now. The Lord is shifting the atmosphere. And I thank you all for everything. And I thank you all for listening. I pray that you guys have a great Monday. I hope this helps you on your week. And I pray that God keeps shifting our atmosphere into peacefulness, into lovingness, and that this will help out others in their walk with God. And that we'll be able to keep pushing in His atmosphere of changing into peace that surpasses all understanding. Okay? Until then, you guys have a great morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello to everybody who said hello to me. I hope and pray that this helps you. And y'all have a great day and a great week. God bless you and keep you. Cover you in the blood of Jesus from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. Fill you up with the Holy Spirit. I pray that His angels be protecting you and keeping you safe, and that everything will work out for your good, but you give God all the glory, honor, and praise. Get on your knees and pray today. Spend time with your daddy. He is there waiting on you to spend time with Him. If you're going through a hard time, get on your knees and pray. He's listening. His angels are there to help comfort you and help you through your life. Your ancestors are there to help lead, guide, direct, and comfort you and give you the extra love you need inside your soul to keep pushing on this everyday plane on this earth, okay? Utilize the tools that God has given you on this planet so you can make this life worth living. Until then, you guys have a blessed day and a blessed evening. And just have a good day. God bless you guys. I love you. Good night. Well, good day.